Hello, Physics Nation. My name is Nate Larmond, and this smokestack is giving me fits. For some reason, I don't know, I'm just getting an overconstrained disaster when I do it the way these YouTube tutorials are taking me through the process. So I'm going to try a different way. Um, Here is the mechanical drawing, the section view that we're trying to draw in OnShape, and I'm going to draw a center line through this thing and then just change all of these diameters into the widths of the different dimensions. Like this, they give a diameter of 1/2 inch. Well, that means the radius is 1/4 inch. That is the width of this little rectangle on the bottom is 1/4 inch. Sorry, let's get the highlighter. Then, well, how about this diameter? 1.25. So if you can imagine a center line going through this, that's what I'm going to draw. From that center line to the outside rim would be half of 1 1/4, 5/8, or 0.625. And we're just going to do that for all of the diameters. So for instance, here, this central hole right there, they say that diameter is 0.375, 3/8. Half of that is 3/16. What is the decimal equivalent of 3/16? That is 0.1875. And then finally, this counterbore diameter they give is 0.875. So from the center line to there is half of that. What is half of 7/8? 7/16 is 0.4375. So that's the trick. Oh, I might put a reference line out here. See how this beveled top of the smokestack is 15 degrees away from vertical. So let's actually draw a construction line that's vertical. So I mean, the tutorial videos basically take you around the perimeter of this profile, at least the ones I'm watching, and then they try to dimension the profile. And I don't know, it's just overconstrained and messed up disaster whenever I try to do it in front of students. So I'm going to try a different way. So let's actually come to OnShape. Here's my train body. And back, where was it? We drew a work plane. Yeah, so to get this hole drilled into the boiler, we put this transverse work plane on the top, tangent to the boiler, and I forget what sketch it is. Sketch 4? Yeah, the only component of sketch 4 is that point. So we're actually going to use this point again, except not to draw a plane tangent to the top of the boiler. We're actually going to cut the train into a left half and a right half. I believe the doctors call it a sagittal plane. So let's try that. Let's get out of this sketch. And where's the plane tool? Let me zoom in. Control plus is zoom in. Whoops. Nope. I can't make the tools bigger for some reason. Where is my plane tool? Right there. Except we don't want an offset plane. We want it tangent to some reference plane passing through a point. And like I said, we're trying to chop it left-right. It's called a sagittal plane. So it's going to be parallel to this face, this side, and it's going to pass through that point. So there's our new work plane. We'll just green check that. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Whoops. I spin my wheel to zoom out. I hold the wheel down to pan. I hold right click down to rotate. And so there's our new work plane. We are bisecting this train into a left half and a right half. All right, and we're going to put our sketch on that work plane. So let's see. We're going to do new sketch. We're going to choose the work plane we just did. I'm going to hit N for normal. And I did like one of the YouTube tutorial tricks where they say do a section view. It allows you to project the geometry of this hole a little bit easier, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So let's pan this over, hold the wheel down, move your mouse to pan. And where is the project geometry? All right, so right here, next to the little A, I want to use the bottom line to this hole, the bottom of this rectangle, and I might also want the side wall of this hole. So now these two lines exist in this new sketch. And here's my innovation. I'm not sure it's an innovation. All I want to do is do a center line to the revolve function. So hang on, let me just pan this down a little bit. Doesn't matter how tall it is. You could see it automatically put a vertical constraint on that. That's fine. Let me get out of the line tool, hit escape, select that line, and then hit Q to make it a construction line. Or you can select it and hit this little icon up here. So I think this might be a better way of describing all of those diameters. We're actually going to define them as radii. So you just cut those 4 diameters in half and everything is cool. The first diameter was 1/2 an inch down here. So that's the width of, this little rectangle down here. So I guess we can just start drawing the line, just drawing the profile. So you start the line, end the line. Ooh, is that a construction line? I don't want that to be a construction line. I want that to be an object line. So, hang on. Q? Does Q toggle? Oh, mercy. What am I doing? No, I'm drawing a construction line right now. Okay, so let's just stay on the line tool, and then we draw one from the lower right up to that sidewall. I can't tell if that's a construction line or an object line. Let me actually draw an object line on top of it, and it'll change solid. Okay, now it's solid. Right, but it's still blue because we haven't set the dimensions. So let's actually do that. Let's get out of the line tool, hit the dimensioning tool, choose that line we just drew, and set it to be 1/4 of an inch. The height of this guy is also 1/4 of an inch. Why is this orange and why is this black? I don't know. That's disturbing. All right, so the profile of the revolve just, what just happened? Control Z that. Hit the line tool. The profile moves sort of diagonally like this, and then Smokestack has a little bevel, and then there's a horizontal portion. It's applying a horizontal constraint. You got to watch your automatic geometric constraints. And then we come down, that's the wall of the counter bore, and then it's applying a perpendicular constraint. That's fine. And now this is the wall of the main hole coming down. So I actually do want it to line up with that point I just drew. So I don't know if you can see that in the video, but there is a geometric constraint saying the end of this line is going to be horizontal relative to that other point, and that's cool. I actually do want that. And then we come over to the center line. Let's see. I do want it coincident with my center line, and I do want it perpendicular to the last line I drew. So sorry, let's pan up, and now I close my profile. I get out of the line drawing tool by hitting escape, and my profile is all blue. So now let's put in those diameters. So from the center line to the outside of that widest portion of the smokestack is 1/2 the diameter. So we want 1/2 of 1.25, and you can actually put in dimensions like that if you prefer. So from the center line to the widest portion is 1.25 divided by 2, or 5/8. All right. I'm not a drafting teacher. I don't know where these dimensions should actually go. That's the overall width. That's sort of important, and I think the most important dimensions go furthest on the outside. So now let's constrain the height of this point right here, they give the height as 1.5. All right, I'm still in the dimensioning tool, so from the bottom of the piece to that point right there, that's 1.5. It's looking kind of jacked up. That's fine. The overall height of the piece is from the top to the bottom is 1.75, 1.75. All right. Now, how about the counterbore? Well, we got to cut the diameter in half of the counterbore. They give the counterbore diameter as 0.875. Like I said, you can put in formulas into OnShape. So this is 0.875 divided by 2. All right, that's fine. Uh, let's do our last diameter from the center line to the... Oh, that does not appear to be vertical. Huh. All right. Forget dimensioning that. This line has to be vertical. So let's try to apply a vertical constraint to this line. Yep, that's better. Now we can dimension it. From the center line to this wall is, what was it, half of 3/8? Yeah. We're going to cut 0.375 in 2. So 0.375 divided by 2 is the radius, and there it is. All right, so I think... I'm not sure why this drawing is really, really blue. Let's see. Let's do a construction line coming up vertically here. Escape gets us out of the line tool. We select the line, change it to a construction line. You can hit Q if you want. And let's go back to the dimensioning tool. From here to here is 15 degrees. All right. Why is this blue? I'm not sure. I don't know. Like, this thing's geometry is fully set. Is this... Oh, this. Okay, so apparently the vertical height of this guy has not been set. Or maybe we just have to force this to be horizontal. Hang on, let's do a horizontal constraint on this bottom line. Ooh, and that changed all sorts of stuff to black. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. What's my last constraint that I need to apply? No, hang on. How can I change the geometry of this thing? Oh, okay, so that's the depth of the counterbore. And what is the depth of the counterbore? 0.375. Okay, so let's do our dimensioning tool from the top of the smokestack to the bottom of the counterbore is 3/8. 3 divided by 8 is 0.375. And voila! It's totally black. The sketch is done. Hang on. So the dimensions are all over the place. I'm not a drafting teacher. I have no idea what's appropriate here. Anyway, everything's black, so that's what I like to see. Fully constrained. We're going to finish this sketch. Here's the magic. You come to the 3D modeling tools, hit revolve. It's asking, well, what area would you like to revolve? Face it. Why isn't this selecting? Is this not? Oh man, what is going on? That's the axis. Yeah. Why? Is my region not closed? Like, whoa. I thought I marched all around my perimeter. Maybe I didn't. Oh boy. Okay, so I can't revolve this. Hang on. Let's go back to the sketch. Why is this random point? Oh, this isn't a closed area, so I don't know what's going on here. All right, so hang on. Let's actually chop this line. I think I just trimmed it. And let's draw another line. I think maybe I don't know what this is. All right, so let's go from the bottom to there. Let's finish the sketch. Now can I revolve this area? Yes. All right, so that's weird. Looks like the side wall, that is the center line, wasn't closing with the bottom. I think I just successfully closed my area. And now it's asking for the revolve axis. There's the revolve axis. And this is a new part. I want the smokestack to exist independently, and I think the magic just happened. And there it is. All right, so that took way too long. I'm still, captain of the struggle bus, but I think we're getting closer. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.